Hello students, in this session we are going to look at a very important concept called selective precipitation, which will be mainly asked in JEE mains and JEE advanced. It's useful for BITSAT also. And let us see what is selective precipitation. It is a method to separate two or more ions that are present in a solution by adding a selective reagent, by adding a selective precipitating agent that precipitates the ions one after another. You understand? Now let me explain that. Consider in a solution where you have two ions, A plus and B plus. So I have two cations, right? I am going to add a reagent that contains some DC. D is a cation and of course C is an anion. So the solution, it is going to be precipitated as A plus C minus and B plus C minus. You understand? I am going to get two different salts. Now, before to calculate which one is, to find out which salt will be precipitated first. To find which salt is precipitated first, I need to know some three things. I need to know what is the concentrations of these ions present in the solution. The second one is KSP of these two salts. KSP of these two salts I need to know. Let me work out an example so that you will understand it clearly. An aqueous solution containing 0.1 molar barium ion and 0.1 molar calcium ions. The maximum concentration of sodium sulfate at which one of them is completely precipitated is, so I have been given a KSP of barium sulfate, which is 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 9, and KSP of calcium sulfate 2 into 10 to the power minus 4. Fine. To find out what is the maximum concentration of sodium sulfate is required. Now guys, please listen. So I have barium ions and calcium ions in the solution. The concentration of barium ion is 0.1 molar, concentration of calcium ion is 0.1 molar, right? Now I am going to add sodium sulfate, right? Sodium sulfate is going to be added. So what will happen? Barium will be precipitated as barium sulfate and calcium will be precipitated as calcium sulfate. Now I need to find out which will be precipitated first and what is the maximum amount of sodium sulfate is required for the complete precipitation of that particular first precipitated salt. You understand? Barium sulfate is given that 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 9. But I know that barium ion concentration and sulfate ion concentration is nothing but KSP, right? Which means sulfate ions concentration which is required for this is KSP divided by barium ion concentration. Can I write like that? Fine. So it is given like 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 9, and I know what is the concentration of barium ion. It is 0.1, that which can also be written as 10 to the power minus 1. If it goes up, it will become 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 8. So this much amount of sulfate ion is required for the precipitation start. Now let me do it for calcium. I know that KSP for calcium sulfate is 2 into 10 to the power minus 4. Same thing, calcium ion concentration into sulfate ion concentration is equal to KSP, which is nothing but 2 into 10 to the power minus 4. Now to require sulfate ion concentration for this, what I need to do? I need to divide this by calcium ions concentration, which is nothing but 2 into 10 to the power minus 4 by 0.1, which means 2 into 10 to the power minus 3. So I have 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 8 for barium sulfate, okay, and 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 for calcium sulfate. So which one is smaller one? The barium sulfate one is smaller one, which means barium sulfate will start to precipitate first. So guys, the sulfate ions concentration, which cation requires lesser amount of sulfate ions concentration will precipitate first. So barium will start to precipitate as barium sulfate from the lowest concentration of sulfate ion, 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 8. It will completely precipitate till it reaches this concentration, 2 into 10 to the power minus 3. So I can write like barium ion will precipitate, okay, barium ion will precipitate as barium sulfate from like 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 8 molar concentration of sulfate ion to 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 molar concentration of sulfate ion. So it will keep on precipitating from this concentration of sulfate ion to this concentration, right? After that it will almost get completely precipitated. Thank you guys. Happy learning.